Today we are going to talk about interesting films. I really enjoy watching movies, especially action and superhero films. Today I will tell you about a very famous movie called Avengers Endgame. This story was exciting and emotional. It was about a group of heroes who wanted to save the world after a big disaster. At the beginning, many people disappeared, and the heroes were very sad. While they were thinking about what to do, they were also remembering their families and friends. Later, they decided to travel in time to fix problems. While they were traveling, they were fighting enemies and collecting special stones. These stones were very powerful. The characters worked together and they showed teamwork and bravery. The cast was amazing. It starred Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Chris Evans as Captain America. Both characters were very strong and intelligent. In my opinion, Iron Man was one of the most interesting characters because he was funny and very serious when necessary. The story became more intense in the final battle. While the heroes were fighting, everything was very chaotic and emotional. Some characters made big sacrifices. This made the movie more dramatic than many other action films. I loved this movie because it was more exciting and emotional than other superhero films. In addition, the special effects were incredible and the story was very detailed. However, some parts were sad and difficult to watch. In conclusion, Avengers Endgame was one of the best movies I have ever seen. Now my partner will talk about another interesting films.
My name is Alexia Steinberg Equipo. Thank you, Diego. That was a very interesting story. Now I will talk about a different film that I really love. The movie is Spider-Man: No Way Home. The story was also about a superhero, but it was more personal and emotional. It followed Peter Parker, a young hero who had many problems. At the beginning, his identity became public and his life changed completely. While he was trying to fix the situation, he asked for help from a wizard. However, the spell went wrong and many villains from other universes appeared. This made the story more complex and dangerous. While Peter was fighting these villains, he was also learning important lessons. He understood responsibility and sacrifice. In addition, he met other versions of Spider-Man. This was one of the most exciting part, part of the movie. The cast was excellent. The main actor was Tom Holland. He was very emotional and realistic compared to other Spider-Man movies. This was no, this one was more dramatic and deeper. However, it was less epic than Avengers Endgame. Mhm. The movie has more areas and bigger battles. On the other hand, my film was more emotional and focused on one character. I really enjoyed this movie because it was exciting, emotional, and meaningful. It was one of the best Spider-Man films.
So we have two very interesting films.
Yes, both stories were great, but they are different.
My film was more epic and had more action.
And my film was more emotional and personal.
In my opinion, Avengers Endgame was more exciting.
However, I think Spider-Man: No Way Home was more emotional.
That's true. Both are very good.
In addition, both films had amazing actors and stories.
So which one should we present?
In conclusion, we decided to present Avengers Endgame because it was the most complete story with action, emotion, and many characters. Thank you.
Yes, we think it's the best option for the class. Thank you.